Hello everyone, I'm Regina Bantin. I'm student from Master of Occupational Safety and Health Risk Management from OEM Miri Learning Center. Today I would like to present poster presentation for SMEP5203 Emergency Management. Okay. My poster is regarding the quick guidelines for our healthcare workers in hospital setting, which I've choose City Hospital. It's divide three section, that is activation phase, management in location, and response in hospital. Okay, the incidents that involve in disaster or emergency management response, such as incident with fire, mass casualty incident, example air crash, explosion, or sunken ship. So the first activation phase, what we need to do, Medical Emergency Coordinating Center or MECC have received the notification for crisis or incidents. For example, the public will call the 999 operator from emergency room and then to be informed to our unit head of emergency department. But if it from public, this information must be confirmed by the police. But if it from the police, no need to be confirmation. Then if notified to the hospital director, our director with together the unit head emergency department for further action taken. So this is going to go to the next step, that is a yellow alert. Yellow alert activation by hospital director is mean that everyone must stay in or standby mode. Standby mode means all the unit head in each section will involved to ensure everything in the standby. For example, the trolley is enough, the human reserve is enough, the drips, the reagent, the consumables is enough to cope up with the crisis later on. After that, the emergency management team we go to the management in the location site before the red alert activate. Red alert activate will refer to the what situation or the information from the emergency management team when they arrive in the disaster or location of the incident. Okay, we look at the management in the location site of the disaster. Emergency management response, we have three, team 1, team 2, and team 3. The first one will respond is emergency team 1. Respond refer to the 5S concept, that is safety, to ensure the location, how safe and what type of hazard we are coming, they are facing. And then the scene size up, the large scale of the massive incident, how much the victim is involved, and what type of injuries or what type of wound or bleedings in the victims. So all the information gathered together to be sent to the incident crisis center or to the management emergency crisis center in hospital for the hospital director to receive the information, either to set up the yellow alert activation or not. This is all we refer to situational analysis. After that, they will set up the medical base in the location site nearby the roadside, and then they start to make a start triage. Start triage means simple triage at rapid treatment, which they start to prioritize the victims. This the first responder to assess multiple victims in 30 seconds by divide the critical and non-critical victims. The critical mostly refer to respiratory distraction and the wound internal bleeding. Okay, the mild one we put aside. So these three statements, that is deliver right patient, right place, and right time, most important to save the victim's life. So next is goes to the response in the hospital. In the hospital, the indication of zone triage is of the alert disaster. Red is more than 2, yellow more than 9, and green is more than 15. So after the emergency management team inform the data or how is the situation, what type of crisis we're facing, and what status of victim we're coming in, the hospital director and the unit head of department of this emergency department will do the situational analysis where it needs to furthermore treatment and encounter the emergency response, they will activate the code 99, which we also call the red alert, and open the two main office crisis center, ICC, main incident crisis center, which operate and lead by the director hospital, and management emergency crisis center is run by the unit head of emergency department to manage the emergency response emergency cases which come into the emergency department. So the number 4, the team respond according to the code triage. We zoom at the red, yellow, green team. Red team means refer to the surgical and NS team. This is a very critical victim involved, which involves saving life and urgent emergency rapid response. After that, the yellow is a ortho, peds, oncology and gynae team for a very mild victims, and then the green one is a medical ENT and ophthalmology, which are not very serious injuries to the victims, only for a trauma, a little bit of wounds here and there. Okay, so number 5, word standby for disaster. After management treatment in the emergency department, there needs to be extend for further treatment. These two words need to be open and activate, male and pig surgical ward. These two words is standby for the admission victims from the disaster in the management triaging emergency in emergency unit. And then the others is a supportive service information center. Information center we provides with social welfare, which help the relative to search for any information of the victims, any health status, so they can go to the waiting room number 5. And then this psychiatric, we can go to the consultation room 5 for any victim that have trauma during the crisis or incident. And then for the press conference, we provide waiting room number 4. And then for the VIP visiting and human resource, we provide the Mulu room for them. At last, number 7, only hospital director at the end of the crisis or incident will declare to stand down the activation test. Okay, I think that's all for my quick guidelines for awareness for the healthcare workers due to the disaster emergency management response for this hospital setup. My reference is this two. All right, thank you.